Hey there, this video today is for anybody who has low back, middle back, or even upper back pain. So the fun part about this particular video is that you're not going to use just one ball, you're actually going to use two. And they're going to be in pretty close and they're rolling up the spine. So you want them on each side of your spine and not directly on the actual spine bones, the vertebrae, because that's not going to feel good. You'll also need a strap, a yoga strap. And if you don't have one of these, you can use a belt, you can use a tie, you can use anything pretty much that gives you a hand grip overhead, right? And I'm having a blanket here for my head. If you want a pillow, you can certainly do that as well, or you can just have your head on the floor. That's up to you. So we're going to start sitting down and setting these not at the kidneys, not down in the fleshier part of the low back, but actually along where the ribs are. And we'll be tracing from those bottom ribs up toward in between the shoulder blades, and we'll have a few stops there to try. So come on down with me and let's see how this goes. So we want the strap folded just by our side so we can grab it while we're lying down. And then we'll take these, and as we lie back, we want them just at the lower ribs. So where my ribs are here, they'll travel around, and that's where the balls are going to be, one on each side of the spine. And then we just want to feel the rib cage first. Oh. And if we've been having back pain, this is going to be phenomenally uncomfortable. So you might choose one of the softer balls, so the racquetball or the tennis ball instead of the hockey balls. And then we take the strap in hand. And we want to start reaching our shoulder blades up toward the ceiling and then back down. And you'll feel almost right off the bat how much work your back is doing for this. So you might make it smaller, almost imperceptible, so that your back stays relaxed as your arms move. Yeah? And then after a few of those, we start to move the arms overhead and pull them back down. Again, we're checking how much work is the back doing, and it shouldn't be doing really any at all. It should just be sitting there pretty relaxed as the arms move. So here's the deal. If when your arms move, the back acts up, then we just make the move smaller. I know. It goes against pretty much everything that we think, right? We should go big or go home. We should make it no pain, no gain, right? Yeah, that's not how this works, actually. So the more the arms move, with the back staying soft and relaxed, the more progress we'll make getting out of back pain and letting the back relax a lot more. Yeah? I know it seems counterintuitive, but trust me on it. So after a few of those, then we bring the strap back down to the side, and we just breathe. And then we have a couple of options. We can either lift into a bridge and move the balls further up, depending on how the back feels, or we can slide down a little bit away or toward the heels so the balls move up the back. And again, let's check in with how the rib cage feels. Oh. You might decide that this is enough, that you actually don't need to do the arm movements at all, which is perfectly fine. Or we grab the strap again, and let's do those two moves. So the shoulder blades reach away and then together. My wrists are right over the shoulders. And if my back is doing that motion, right, if I feel more tension in my back as I reach, then all I do is just make that motion smaller. And then from there, arms go overhead and back. So the cool thing about this is there's no first place. So it's not like we're in a competition with anybody at all to go fast, to go slow. We just want to feel the back relax a little bit. Or we want to feel the back not be in any more pain. Like we're working away from pain toward feeling comfy or toward feeling more relaxed. Simple as that. And then when we're finished with that, there's not a certain number of times to do it. Your body will just say, hey, yeah, I'm good. Then we have those options again to move. Oh. So we can lift up into a bridge pose and bring the balls a little higher up. So now we should be around parallel to the lower edges of our shoulder blades. So if we squeeze the shoulder blades together, you should feel the balls there, almost there, right? And then grab the strap again if you want. And the closer you get to your shoulder blades, the better this will actually feel. Oh, that's awesome. It almost feels like the back is widening and then squeezing together. So there's more space, and then that space just closes a little bit in the shoulder blade area. And then arms move overhead. And you can make it a big motion as long as your rib cage doesn't lift up off the ball, right? The back stays really smooth and steady. Because if I really reach high and overhead, my rib cage is actually going to pop up into a back bend. And that's not the purpose here. The purpose is to move my arms without my back moving. And let my back just be soft and supple. Or as soft and supple as it can be right now with 2 hockey balls pressing into the muscles. All right, we have a few more stops. So at this point, it's probably best to roll down and then bring the pillow with you. So now I feel the chest up here lifted a little more, and then my lower ribs here can settle down a little bit. Oh. So I'd say we have this stop and then one more, and then we'll be pretty good for today, right? So let's check this out. Shoulder blades move. You almost feel this in your armpits. And then I think you know the next move, right? The arms move overhead, and the rib cage stays as quiet and as relaxed as it can be. All right, we've got one more stop, yes, and before that stop, take a few breaths. And then slide the body down a little bit so the balls come up between the shoulder blades. And the pillow comes with you to support your head. Okay? Ooh. This one is not comfy for me. You might notice that as well, that there are certain spots that just aren't comfy, so you can move past those or stay with them. You get to choose. If this increases your pain, then that's a great signal to come off and to not do this today. Maybe today's just not the right day for it. And then, oh man. So this, for me, is a motion where my back really wants to do it instead of just my arms. So I get to move smaller. Whew. And come to the point where my back stays relaxed. Or more relaxed than it was before. Yes? So let's set the strap to the side. Oh. And the easiest way I'd suggest to get off these is to roll to the side and come up to seated. And then from there, notice how the back feels. So we might do a little back bend. Oh. Where we feel the muscles of the back as we do that. It's very simple. We turn to the side. From here, a very simple back bend. That should feel pretty amazing, right? That there's no part of the spine that's tensed up for that. It's pretty awesome. And then a twist. So we rotate to the side. Because the twist requires a lot of back muscle flexibility. Oh, and how nice that should feel. And we should twist the other side, just to make sure. So notice that I'm not using my arms. My arms are still relaxed now, and now I'm using just my back to do a motion. And using my middle to rotate as well, yeah? Groovy. So the more we repeat that, the more the back should get feeling better, right? As always, if you have questions, shoot me an email. We can set up a Skype online so I can see what's going on. Right? Or you can even give me a call and we can chat about it on the phone. So until that time, have a ball or two.